Hi, I'm Kati and I'm co-founder of Computer Lunch. We take up the back portion of the right-hand side of Gumbo. And I'm jack of all trades. So I do a little bit of operations, a little bit of art direction. I talk to people a lot, I'm in meetings a lot, and I'm a proud Gumbonian.
Hi, my name is Emily Lim, and I'm also part of Computer Lunch. I'm in charge of all the marketing, performance marketing services in optimizing our game's performance in the App Store, particularly in Google Play and in Apple. I work with a lot of vendors and have meetings with partners to optimize our advertising campaigns.
I've been working with Computer Lunch for a long time. I'm co-founder because I'm married to our CEO. So originally we started with children's interactive books, and then we moved on to mobile games. So we did a VR game called Swing Star VR, and then we did Mama Hawk, which was an action arcade game that we put out in 2018. And our newest game is Cell to Singularity. That is what we're working on right now.
Before Computer Lunch, I used to work for Dots with the company Play Dots Inc. It was acquired by Take Two. I've worked for a lot of games in the company. The first game I worked on there was Two Dots, and then Dots and Co. And then we've released and killed a lot of new games prototyping there. And then before Dots, I used to work in California with Nexon in the mobile games division, such as with Maple Story M, Dominations, and so on and so forth.
And here, what do you work on?
Oh, here I work on computer on Cell to Singularity.
So, Cell to Singularity will never end. That's a joke because our tagline is "Evolution never ends." It's a science game that is officially out on iOS, Android, and Steam. But we run live ops, and we also continue to add expansions to the games. So we are currently working on both limited time events, which come out approximately every 2 months, and then we're also doing top secret expansions that are in the hopper right now.
You've pretty much answered the question. Kati.
We used to be part of a proto gumbo group in Green Desk, just a couple of blocks down from here. It was a different structure because we had separate rooms. It was a slightly different structure. So the doors would open around 6 o'clock and people would hang out, but during the day, whoever was in a room together would talk to each other, and there was a lot less interaction, and we didn't have a common area. So that was sort of the proto version, and Andrew and myself worked out of that space, and then we're very excited to join during the pandemic when the space was opened.
I learned about Gumbo actually through Kati and her husband.
Oh man. Well, the kitchen is the main room. The kitchen is where all the action is. It's where the snacks are, the hot plate is, the coffee is, the tea is, and where the pizza parties are. So, Gummo is amazing. It's a wonderful community. It's a space that allows us to do things like hold women in games events. Um, Shout out to E, who's the mayor of events here, and just it's obviously gorgeous space, and it's really nice to have a place where indie devs can come together and collaborate and meet others and talk shop.
What I love about Gumbo is really the close knit community. I'm so used to working in corporate gaming that this is such a nice change in comparison to that. Everyone is so friendly. Again, the kitchen is a hopping place. Everybody comes together and talk. There's always food available and snacks. So overall, it feels very nice and friendly.
I think it's vital. Without a space for us all to come together and talk to each other and cross pollinate, it would we would just be in isolation. Games are collaborative. It's important to exchange ideas, to disagree on stuff, and have the ability to try out things, watching other people do things well and differently from how we would do it. I think it's a huge privilege to have access to that. So yeah, I would say without Gumbo, we would be weaker and smaller and maybe not exist at all.
It's definitely nice to be part of a small community, especially since everybody is working on so many different things. You can inspire off of each other and gain ideas and feedback. So it's definitely positive. In comparison again to corporate gaming, where you are segmented into a singular role and responsibilities, while here you can be kind of like a jack of all trades and showcase your talent.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were definitely part of the community. Usually in companies, as soon as the day is over, people disappear and they move on to the life portion of the work-life balance. Whereas here, it's a little bit more flowing. So, for example, when MagFest happened a couple of months ago, people from our team and people from Gumbo traveled and went together. We've done other things that involve traveling or going to events together. When I'm around, I really like the food related events. There might be a bit of a food theme. I like food. I like eating. A lot of Gumbonians like food and eating. But yeah, we have Friendsgiving dinners and mixers, and there's a lot of opportunities for different interests to come together. So it's never forced, but I think people just like having the option.
Yeah, especially when it comes to one of the events, we do have women's in games that you host once every month here in Gumbo. So as we all know, gaming is a very male-dominated industry. So having this kind of event is great, so that women can be in touch in the gaming community and doesn't have to feel alone and isolating. So Gumbo is great, especially in bringing those kinds of communities together.
I mean, there's some very tangible benefits, right? We have team members who started as Gumbonians and ended up getting recruited to our team. So that's sort of a more transactional benefit. But to me, part of it is just coming in the morning to a place that is loved and cared for and maintained by people who really care about the same things I care about, which is to make cool stuff and to do it in a manner that is not gross, frankly, is really nice. And so I think there's emotional benefits as well as tangible benefits.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, and as Kati has mentioned, most of the benefits is the fact that we get to work together and enjoy each other's company.
So during the pandemic, or right at the eve of the pandemic, I think it was New Year's Eve for going from 2019 into 2020. That feels wrong. Yeah, maybe that was it. Jesus Christ. So New Year's 2020, we were at E's place, and we were gonna watch the ball drop on the internet for the countdown, and then Sam Eng decided that it would be so much cooler if he programmed the ball, and so for the hour and a half or so that remained of the old year, we didn't see Sam because he was in the corner programming the countdown ball, and he finished it about 30 seconds before New Year, and it actually worked. But yeah, that's very programmery and thus very on brand for Gumbo. So it was really fun. But also, we didn't see him most of the evening.
Oh, that's sad.
But it was also really cool, right? Like the
Yeah.
ball looked really good. But then we also didn't reuse it. But it was the last event we did before the pandemic really started. And then the pandemic was really the birthplace of this new space. So I don't think without the pandemic this space would have happened. So it's weird because we lost the old space, but we gained the new one. So I don't know if that counts as an anecdote, but
Oh, it's gone.
um,
Do you have the story?
I'm still making new memories here at Gumbo. I just recently started, so I'm very new to not only the space but also to the whole crew. Yeah, Sell to Singularity, Evolution Never Ends, is available on Google Play and on Apple.
yeah, I have nothing to add to that. It's also available on Steam.
Yes.
If you like science, or if you like space, or dinosaurs, or evolution, or human civilization, or technology, you should check this game out. It's free.